I'm going to be assembling this. I am so excited. I've never had any type of worm bag or tall worm composter or anything like that. I've heard a lot of good things about this product. I've seen tons of videos about it. So Steve for the Urban Worm Farm gifted me this, and I'm so grateful, and thank you, Steve, for giving me this. And I'm gonna use it with my red wigglers, and I'm gonna test a different kind of bedding in it just to see what happens. But anyway, I know many have used this product and say awesome things about it, so I'm gonna get that. Before I do that, let me peek on my starter colony here. So I want to show you something. So look at the worms. They go nuts over the chow I made them. But sometimes, if they don't eat it fast enough, you'll get mold like this. It's perfectly okay. Mold doesn't hurt the worms. Don't worry about it. What I do is I take it and I kind of just break it up. Look, when I lifted it up, look at them down there. I kind of just go like this. And then I go wash my hands because mold, like I don't want to, I'm allergic to it a little bit. So I don't want to get a reaction. But this is what I do when I see mold. So anyway, I thought I'd give you that little troubleshooting tip here. So I'm opening the box, and I can tell that it has a lot of little parts, but I'm so glad it comes with instructions, because if not, this would be difficult for me. That is so cool. And it's picture instructions, which I love. Makes it easier for me to understand. And look, an owner's manual. Oh, I love it. Wow. How nice and clear this is. I mean, very easy to understand. Absolutely love it. Wow, it has info about everything. Even frequently asked questions in the back. I'm excited. I think this is about the only product worm related that I've wondered about and I haven't owned. So this is really cool. Oh wow, look how nice the bag is. Oh wow, there's so many worm farmers that I watch using this. I'm just dying to see how it works and what I'm gonna do with it. All right, so let me get the instructions and let me start this. I think the first thing I better do is separate them by sizes, just to see what I'm dealing with. So let's get that. And then I'm just going to follow the instructions one by one and just see what happens. Now listen, guys, if I can't build this, it's not because there's something wrong with this. It's probably me. Remember, I'm not the builder in here. Joe is, so I might need his assistance. I don't know. So we're going to take it from there. Okay, so there's two different types of long bars. So there's these that have a hole, but they don't have that little metal clippy thing. And then there's these with the little metal clippy thing. So let's see what I have to do first. I take this one and I put it into this one. Okay, this can be a bit. All right, I got the frame built here. So now I think what I'm going to do is when I assemble these things into the corners, I'm going to put these plastic things on last, because I saw someone put these through the straps in there, put the little plastic things, and then they couldn't slide this on. So I'm gonna do it like that and see what happens. You know, this is like really nice quality material. It's heavy duty, which, you know, when you're worm composting your castings, after a while they get so heavy. You need a material that's going to be able to withstand the weight. And I think this will do the job. Absolutely. Let me keep putting this on. piece here, besides a little thing at the bottom. This is so exciting. He sent me this a few weeks ago, but I've had other videos already filmed, and I release my videos like in order. So this is the one that just came up now. Oh my gosh, look at it. Oh my gosh, look at it. It's so nice. It's like the perfect size. Not too big, not too small. Now I have to put that thing in there. And then we're gonna throw some worms in here. I wish I had the leaves ready from outside to compost with them, but I don't. The leaves aren't really falling yet. So we're gonna just have to use what I got. And I got a new worm bedding to experiment with. So we're gonna try that. This is really nice and very well made, I will say. So I'm really excited. I've never had one of these. Okay, so how does this go down here? Okay, there's a little drawstring. And, you know, I just might leave that little pouch off and just use the drawstring. I don't know. What do you think? Let's try both and just see what happens. At the bottom, and there's a little hole at the bottom, which is great because it'll allow drainage. So for those of you that don't know what one of these things does, is it basically helps the worms. They compost everything, and the castings just fall out of the bottom. It's less work than having to harvest by hand. It's what people call a CFT, continuous flow through. So, but in a really nice way. So I would put a pan at the bottom to catch all the drippings. And then when the worms have composted everything, you know, the way I would use one of these is lasagna composting, which is I add my bedding, my worms. Then I add food scraps or chow or whatever it is. And then I add another layer of bedding, and I go all the way up. The worms will migrate up, start eating the food and everything. They'll leave the castings behind, and that's what's left at the bottom. So when I want castings, I can open up that little drawstring. They'll fall out, and then I can close it back up. And it's like a cycle. The cycle of life continues in here. I have seen people raise red wigglers, European night crawlers, African night crawlers in these, blue worms, you know, whatever it is that you like, you can use one of these. And I have it linked in my Amazon store down below. So if you guys want to buy one, they're linked there. It's linked there. This would make, I think, a great Christmas present for someone who's just getting into worm composting or wants to have something that's continuous flow. I really would. This would make a great gift. If Steve hadn't given me this for me to test out and give an honest opinion about, because, you know, all my reviews are honest. That's why a lot of companies, like I get approached by a lot of companies, and I always tell them, I'm not going to lie on their review. So if you believe in your product, I'd be happy to review it. If you don't, then don't bother, because I'm going to be honest. And then I've had some say, oh, never mind, thank you, or just not respond. So, but, you know, that's how I flow. But I have confidence in this thing. I know Steve does, and I've seen tons of worm people using them with great success. So I'm really looking forward to this. If you guys have any advice for me on how to use it or what best practices are, comment down below, let me know. Because, you know, us in the worm farming community, you know, we help each other out a lot. I know we do, and I love my worm farming people. But, you know, this is a time when I might need some help, so I'm reaching out. So press that subscribe button. Give me the thumbs up. Watch my videos. Share them. I really appreciate you all. And thank you, Steve, from the Urban Worm Farm company, the Urban Worm Company. And we're gonna get this going. So I'm not ending it here because I want to continue this. But I just want to reach out to Steve and say thank you. So let me look at the other little piece and check it out. And let me tell you guys, this was not hard to build. Even for me, I was able to do it. Now, Joe is the builder in here. I am more of the reproducer of the worms. But this was not hard. So if I can do it, I honestly think anyone can. So, oh, and soon we're going to talk about the giveaway of the worms because I think they are ready to go. So I'm going to tell you more about that and how we're going to do it. Okay. So the other part to this is it goes clips on the ends, like underneath the pouch hole down there. And this actually Velcros in. So it creates a little bottom. But since I'm going to try to catch the juice that comes out of here, I'm going to leave this part off. Now the box, I am going to use it. I'm going to compost the whole thing with the worms. I think they'll love it. It's a nice quality box. And look at all the cool things it says on it. So we're going to do that. And I told you I'm going to try a new bedding that I found online. You see, I like to experiment with weird things. Even on eBay, sometimes I'll buy something. I'll be like, I wonder what this does. So I don't know about that bedding, but we're going to try. But first I'm going to rip this and I'm going to start by putting it down there. And I'm going to wet everything down with mosquito dunk water. But first, let me put it in its place where I plan on keeping it. So I ripped up some of the box. And I'm going to throw it at the bottom there, covering the hole. And in time, the worms will eat it. And I wet the box with mosquito dunk water. I know you guys know what mosquito dunk water is. It's water basically soaked in mosquito dunks so that it helps you control flying insects. All right. So I'm going to put this down here. There's a brush just to catch the drippings. And I'm going to go get the other bedding. I ordered this from Amazon. And I don't think I've ever used this. I think there was another product that was similar, but I'm not sure what it is. It just says pour water. I have a feeling it's either peat moss or coconut coir. Anyway, it feels nice and soft. I think the worms will enjoy it. Why it's called magic, I don't know. Maybe because it drinks all the water, but it does have instructions. So, should I just pour it in there? Or should I wet it first and then pour it? I think I'm going to dump this in a bin, like a container, wet it with mosquito dunk water, and then see what it does. It's probably one of those two materials. And if it's a great product, I'm okay with it. Look at it up close. I haven't wet it yet, but look how fluffy it is. It's definitely not soil. So let's go wet it. All right, so this is what it looks like when it's wet. So pretty cool. And if you add too much moisture, guys, just add more dry bedding and it'll balance out. Now today I'm going to just get this ready. I don't think I'm introducing worms today because I am going to practice what I preach as far as have the bedding and everything ready first. So I'm going to let it sit for a few days and then I'll add the worms. So anyway, guys, give it a try. I'm going to zip this up and close it. And then in my next video, I'll show you what I do next. So see you all next time. Take care.